You know, it's a good time when you go to accelerate out of O'Reilly's after you just bought some oil and you hear a nice pop sound and you're like, wow, what the hell is that? Why is it rattling now? And you pop your hood and you see this. my oil filter fell off. Oh my God. And you know, for a couple weeks now I've been thinking, man, I started burning some oil really bad because I've noticed my oil disappearing, but oddly I never saw any oil dripping, and it's probably because, well, it's only dripping when I'm running it. And I mean, shit, just yesterday I burned a quart of oil driving like 130 miles round trip to go get my canopy there. And I was thinking, man, this thing is really not good on the highway because it's burning a lot of oil. Well, no, I think that my filter was wiggling off slowly, and it's just been pissing oil out the side of the engine while I've been driving it. But then as soon as I shut it off, all the oil falls below the filter down into the pan, and that's why I'm not seeing any oil in my driveway, which my driveway is gravel, but still you'd think I'd see some, you know, since that's now what's sitting under the Jeep in this random lot I pulled into. And there's a goddamn Super Mario Rainbow Road behind me on the road leading here. So hopefully I didn't run it so low that I didn't need damage to the thing. I mean, I only drove it 1/8 of a mile before I realized, okay, that's not right. The pop that I heard was the filter falling off, probably on the side of the road. So, note to self and others, make sure your filter's tight. And oddly enough, I'm actually the one that did my oil filter and my oil change, and I've never had this happen in my life. I'm 36, so happens to the best of us. This is actually what I do for a living, and I even caught myself. So fun stuff. Thankfully I have a coworker that's just getting off work, and we have oil filters and brake clean and stuff at work, so he's gonna come by and bring me a filter. I'm gonna slap it on, spray it all down, and put some oil in it, run this thing. All right, just got home from being on the side of the road doing a parking lot half oil change. So yeah, the shop that I work at, we do oil changes, and I called a coworker that I knew was just there, just about ready to leave to go home for the night. He was actually walking out the door, and I said, hey man, can you grab I need you to save my ass, grab a filter and couple cans of brake clean and, you know, a handful of rags, and, you know, meet me down at this gas station down the street. So, you know, 10 minutes goes by and he shows up, and I throw the filter on, and this son of a bitch lost 4 quarts of oil. I mean, it wasn't even on the dipstick. I got I had literally just left O'Reilly's buying some oil because I was thinking this thing was burning oil real bad, and I just wanted to make sure I had oil on hand. Well, it turns out I think it was probably leaking pretty steadily from the filter gasket, and then and just dripping on the side of the road. And I don't think that I was actually burning any, if, you know, maybe a little bit, but that would explain why just out of nowhere all of a sudden I was losing a lot of oil. And I think that thing was just on the cusp of just letting it go, and it finally did. But when I shifted into second gear from O'Reilly's, it gave out. So I put 4 quarts in it, topped it off, and oh, bear with me, can't find my key. Fires up. This thing doesn't give a shit. Got good oil pressure. Don't mind the battery voltage thing. That's never worked since I got it, but neither is that. Haven't figured that out yet. But she's good. I mean, it's always had a little bit of engine noise. since I got the thing, because it sat for probably 6 or 7 years. So the engine's never really been super quiet, but to my ear, honestly, I don't think it's any different than it was. So I think we're all good. I got to drive this thing about 30 miles to work tomorrow. I'm kind of doing a different work gig for a week. So I'm going to drive it to work and check the filter on my lunch break or something, make sure it's good, check it when I get back home, kind of keep an eye on it, stay vigilant on it, because last thing I need is this thing blowing up after my Cherokee blew up. Well, Cherokee didn't blow up. Electrical harness or something fried and I just gave up on it, so that's why it's up on blocks getting stripped. Took the rear bumper off today. I'm going to sell that, but she's good.